The beginning of this script had me scratching my head. I had a hard time finding the exact words to describe a feeling of being in excruciating pain while low-key being aroused. On second thoughts, I'm not a flexible person, especially in my nether regions. That probably just hurt like hell. Nether regions aside, I really don't know whether to be excited or disappointed about this episode. Excited because my wishes from last week came true. We finally get to see Zenitsu again, and at the end of the episode, we get a cheeky peek at Inosuke's training too. This was like a dream come true. I genuinely missed these plebs. I'm disappointed that, for some reason, we decided to speed run through the Hashiras. Instead of the episode for each Hashira formula, like we got for the fantastic Tokito and Usui episodes, we got a 3-for-1 deal. It's not like this was a bad episode by any means, but what I said about Tits still stands. They didn't do anything to make me care about Tits in this episode. If we had a whole episode dedicated to her, that might have been different. I did kind of want to be Tanjiro in this situation though. It's been a minute since someone cooked me pancakes and fed them to me, but my down badness doesn't constitute this as an actual development. We find out that Tokito likes paper airplanes. I didn't ever think something seemingly insignificant like that would make me appreciate this character on any level, but it strangely did. All we get to see from this woman is her feeding Tanjiro and stretching him out, which sounds pretty good actually. But come on guys, what's this woman about besides being cutesy? After she busts Tanjiro's balls, well, more like splits them, we move on to Iguro. This guy is a piece of work. Tanjiro pulls up to his crib and off rip, this man doesn't have any respect for him. From the vibes I got throughout this episode, he has a major hard-on for Tits, so imagining her showing any sort of affection towards Tanjiro makes his blood boil. I thought that Tokito was harsh towards the Forder Slayers, but Iguro doesn't give a fuck. He ties them up and uses them for target practice in this odd striking accuracy drill. I think this beautiful cut right here summarizes how I feel about this ordeal. If I was one of these scrubs, I would be absolutely mortified. Since Tanjiro is a nice guy, he hesitates to do this drill because, I don't know, he doesn't want to give his fellow corpse members cauliflower ear. This only enrages Iguro, so he offers to fight Tanjiro. We learn that Iguro can bend his sword, which is pretty cool. I like how Tanjiro gets out of this one. Besides training harder after Iguro leaves, most likely to scrap with these two, Tanjiro envisions that he is in an entirely different situation by focusing purely on Iguro. After some perseverance, he finally lays a strike on Iguro. This advances him to the next round of training, which is a nice way of putting things because Shinazugawa isn't interested in training these guys as much as he is interested in beating the shit out of them. This is the first time I'm actually siding with Zenitsu for running. Just like Iguro, Shinazugawa isn't fond of Tanjiro, which isn't saying much because Shinazugawa isn't fond of anyone besides the master. Tanjiro is a goody two-shoes till the end though. He finds a way to retort back to Shinazugawa's diss in the politest way. Even Shinazugawa had to pause at that comeback. Shinazugawa is interesting though, I'll give him that. If you look at other anime win characters, they usually follow more of a chill, go with the flow type energy. Even if they are angry, they are never this brash. He's out here acting like a firebender. This man wanted to gouge out his brother's eyes because he found it dishonorable that his brother eats demons. Is this man an activist or something? That was uncalled for. Seeing this blood slit after the fact makes us all know he was serious about this. Shinazugawa's whole plan is to beat up Genya beyond recovery. I personally don't think it's because he secretly cares about his brother. I honestly think it's because he resents his weakness. Tanjiro isn't having any of it, so the two of them get to scrapping. Hand-to-hand combat, no swordplay involved. Shinazugawa goes for the gut punch, but Tanjiro catches it and swings Shinazugawa, leaving him open for a leg kick to the neck. Shinazugawa drops, and he's out here looking more puzzled than Charlie Veitch's crackhead victims, wondering where on earth did that kick come from? Shinazugawa wants to get his get back, so he tries to ice out Tanjiro with an overhead sweep kick with the intent of putting him in the hospital. You know it's serious when a glancing blow rips this man's ear. All of this erupts into a brawl that lasts for hours, but this is where I call bullshit. I understand separating these two and suspending Tanjiro's training. However, how on earth is Tanjiro the one getting reprimanded for this though? Tanjiro wasn't the one attempting to gouge out a fellow corpse member's eyes. The system is rigged. In the wise words of Zenitsu, I feel for you, Genya. Your bro is a lunatic. We end up at the crying Hashira's training camp, and I'm hoping we spend a full episode with this guy. I want to find out why he's always crying like that.